we go, guys. Mr. Tentacles. That is what we're talking about. So there you have it. Run you through my rig quickly. I've just got a simple running ledger. We're fishing 4-ounce leads at the moment because we've got heavy wind pushing us along with quite a fierce tide. I've got 25-pound fluorocarbon hook length, and then I'm fishing a little pink squid jig. I've just picked this up incidentally from Southwest Sea Baits, and thought I'd give it a spin, and it seems to be doing the business at the moment. Looks like the little pink jig on the running ledger's doing the business at the moment. It's a windy old day in October time, and what do we have? Yes, we've got a squid. I'm going to aim this towards Kev. Oh, we've got him doing cartwheels here. There we go, lovely. So that's squid number 2, guys. Lovely looking things. Really do enjoy catching them, to be honest. Down to the bottom. We're running adrift at the moment with the wind at 1.3 knots, which is quite aggressive. And just as we're going along the bottom, feeling for bites from the squid as they're hitting the jigs, and then it's just purely a case of just gently setting the hook on them, and hey presto. Right, guys, back into a little bit of action. We've got another squid on, and this one is doing his pirouettes. Thank you very much. Oh, he's fallen through the net. We're going to quickly get him in. There we go. There we go, guys. That's squid number 3 for the afternoon. So here we are, back in the kitchen, and we're going to broth up these squid that we caught yesterday evening. We're cooking up 2 large ones out of the 6 that we caught, and we're also going to be doing, as a side note, 2 of the smaller ones, but cooking them in a different style. This is actually my favourite seafood dish, really. It's a Thai dish called Blumwook Nung Manao, which is basically squid in a bit of a sour, spicy soup. They're steamed and covered over with a lovely, delicious flavoured soup, eaten with rice. As you can see, that we've cleaned 2 of the larger squid we caught out of the 6, and they've been cut into pretty much squid rings, but almost all the way through. It's just left very slightly intact on the underside, and the first step now is to stick them into the steamer. So there you go, you can see the steamer is steaming away, and it's been lined with celery leaves. It's actually an aged celery that we grow in the garden, but it's just the same as any normal celery. It just gives a little added flavour to the squid as it's steaming. And now we're going to whack the squid into the steamer. And there's an added head and tentacles there for good measure. There you go, guys, ready to steam away. Right, so while the squid's steaming away, on the hob we've got a pan with some just plain water bubbling away, ready to make the soup. And I'm going to run you through the ingredients now to make the soup, and we're going to get cracking on that. Right, ingredients. We have got about 4 cloves of garlic, a couple of spicy chilies. Obviously, if you don't really like too much spice, you can reduce it or keep the chili right out, but we love a bit of zing, so there you go. This little pile here that you can see is coriander roots. Now, it's just purely the bottom section of the coriander plant, washed, nicely cleaned and chopped finely. That gives a really lovely flavour. There's plenty of lime going in. This here is to dress it over the top. That there is to squeeze into the soup. It's literally 2 whole limes going in. And we have got also a pile or bundle of this Asian celery there. And again, you don't have to get Asian celery, you can just use normal bog standard celery. Better to use the top sections, the leaves in it, than actually the actual celery itself. Also going into it will be some chicken stock powder, some sugar, and some fish sauce, Thai fish sauce. That gives a real saltiness to it. I'm sure you can hear in the background my dog's kicking off with the dogs across the fence, the donuts. And lastly and importantly, I feel a little bit like Keith Floyd here, a nice glass of red plonk. Happy days and cheers. Okay, so there you can see it. The squid has been in there for about 5 minutes and that is pretty much cooked. It don't take no time at all. It stays juicy and tender. Now it's time to crack on with this soup. So we've got the boiling water in the pan. We've got about 3/4 of a tablespoon of chicken stock powder. Again, about 3/4 of a tablespoon of sugar. You've got Thai fish sauce going in, about a good tablespoon in there. And of course, once you've got all these flavours accumulating, you can always add a little bit more lime or a little bit more fish sauce for the saltiness. In goes the chilli and the coriander roots. Also the garlic. Give that a nice little stir there. Already looking nice. Honest and truthfully, if you like hot, spicy, sour, saltiness, this is a dream. Right, so the soup has now been gently simmering away for about 8 minutes, I would say. And it's time now to stick in the lime to give it a nice sour note. Plenty of lime juice going in there. It's a nice, sour, salty and spicy dish. Gets the taste buds exploding. So that's about 3/4 of a lime that's gone in there. Now, just going to give it a taste test to see if it needs any more. Let's have a little taste. Oh yeah, that's got some serious kick to it. Oh. Excellent. So we're just going to put a tiny little drop more sugar in it because the master chef has deemed that it needs a little bit more sweetness, and a tiny drop more fish sauce in there just to balance out these flavours, and also a tiny squeeze more lemon in there, or lime, sorry, not lemon. Okay people, so we've got the 2 cooked squid there, lovely steamed. Have a look at them. We've laced a wee bit of sections of lime all the way around and inside, and on the very base we've got a serving plate here that heats up with some fire underneath. You can just put it on a normal plate. We've got some of the celery leaves. It's just sitting on a nice bed of celery leaves. What we're going to do now is pour over the soup that salty, spicy, sour soup. That is so good, guys. Believe me, that is absolutely top level. And believe me also, this is authentic Thai food. And there you go, there's a sprinkling again of the celery leaves over the top. And hey presto, that is what we're talking about. We've got squid in a spicy sour soup, as authentic as it gets. Give that one a spin. If you like a bit of spice and a bit of exotic flavours with your squid, give that a spin. So there you see, we've got a couple of small squid there, chopped up into slices and just been left in milk for about half an hour to an hour. It tenderises it nicely and gives you something to bind to for the powders. And I'll just show you what powders we are going to be putting on it. So we have got some tempura batter mix that's gone into the bowl. There you go, you can all see that tempura batter, and then we're going to add a second Japanese tempura batter mix with it also. So the two mixes have different consistencies and they give a real nice crispy crunchy finish to your squid. If you want to do squid rings calamari style, this is the way to go. About half a teaspoon of chicken stock powder going into our batter mix. Give that a little stir. And hey presto. So we've got some red hot oil there. We've got our tempura batter mix. All we're doing is literally squid straight out of milk, straight into the batter mix, ready to go into the fryer. And into the fryer it goes. Soup rings. And you've got some tempura squid there, bubbling away. That cooks in a minute or two. Once it's golden brown, we're going to hoot it off and get ready to get chomping. Careful you don't get it spitting on you. There we are. That's been cooking now for about no more than 3 minutes. And that's looking nice and golden. So there you have it. 2 small squid there, and you've got quite a large amount of meat from them. Only little uns. We've got some sweet chilli dip there, a little bit of lemon to squeeze over the top. Absolutely beautiful. So there we have it, people. Squid cooked 2 different ways, both Asian style. We're going to do the taste testing now, always my favourite part. I'll start off on this nice spicy sour squid soup, and then we'll move on to the crispy crunchy sort of calamari style. I'm not going to go in with the rice at the moment, we are having it with rice. But yeah, let's dive in. Let's grab a little bit that's easy to get to first. So, a nice towel section, bit of the soup with it as well, and we're going to go straight into it. Excuse me, it's a little... There we go. That there is on point. The saltiness, the sourness and the spiciness with the squid, which carries all of them flavours. As I said earlier, my favourite dish, probably my favourite all-round seafood dish, and definitely worth any of you giving it a try. If you're adventurous in the kitchen, you've seen there, it isn't that hard to cook. It is absolutely delicious. You can do it with fish as well. You can steam fish and do it in the same way, but for me, the squid in that soup is banging. Let's move on. I'll take a bit of this fried calamari. This is tempura, Asian style tempura calamari. I've not squeezed any lemon onto it. I've gone just with a little dunk of the sweet chilli. Nice and crunchy. A bit of saltiness because we put in the chicken stock powder with the powder. Better than anything you're getting any pubs. Super fresh. The secret with squid, incidentally. Now, we caught these yesterday. I took them home, cleaned them instantly, put them in a vacuum pack and left them in the fridge. They are super tender, super sweet and fresh. Eat your squid fresh. When you do take your squid, don't waste them. Don't take them for the sake of it, but that is better than 99% of the fish out there. Give them a spin, boys and girls, and enjoy. Thanks a lot. Cheers.